Every time we are faced with financial needs, every time we need money, different people think differently about how and what they will do to get the money they need to solve the issues at hand. Guys who have a stealing mindset, every time they need money, every time they're faced with a financial need, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what deal can I cut? And this is not the usual legal deal. This is a deal that disadvantages someone. For them, they believe that to be able to get the money they need, someone else must suffer. They must disadvantage someone. This group is bigger than the petty thief on the street. It is bigger than the armed robbers. This group begins to include everyone who steals by pen. This group begins to include everyone who is corrupt, everyone who believes that someone else must be disadvantaged for them to be able to gain. This kind of people, even when it is payday or money has been paid into their account, so they still have money. Money is still warm in their account, and they are told that there is no food at home or school fees is needed. They will not remember that they have just been paid. They start thinking, who is the next person that can give us a kickback? Where else can we, get a bribe here and there for us to be able to do what we need to do? So their mind rushes to think about stealing. And that's why they have a stealing mindset. People who have a begging mindset, every time they have a financial need, every time they have a need for money, the first thing that comes to their mind is, who can help me? So their guiding word is help, help. They don't promise to pay back. Woe unto you if you give them your money thinking that you have lent them the money. You will wait for the money and you'll be making phone calls asking for the money, and they are wondering, which money? All right, and you tell them, but I thought you told me to help you. Yes, I told you to help me. All right, because they were not borrowing. They were begging for the money. Of course, this group is bigger than the beggar on the street. This group includes everyone who believes that other people should be working and come to share spoils with them. Everyone who believes that there can be money for nothing, money for no effort, belongs in the group of the begging mindset. It's a very dangerous group. These are the kind of people who will be reaching out to you. Unfortunately, many of them will be your relatives. Many of them will be your friends. Every time they know you have earned money, every time you know that, every time they know you did some business and money has been paid, that is the time they'll be calling you. And every time they'll be calling you so that you can buy them airtime, you can pay them, pay rent for them, you can buy food for them. And that is what they do. They maintain a list of all their relatives and friends. And when they get money, so that, they know so-and-so will take care of this, so-and-so will take care of this. But themselves, they do nothing because they believe there can be money, or there is money for doing nothing. The people who have a borrowing mindset, every time they have a financial need, every time they need money, the first thing that comes to their mind is, who can give me so that when mine comes, I will refund them. Okay, so these are the kind of people who, will be borrowing here and promising that when payday comes, they will pay you. Okay, when the business money is paid, they will pay you. So even when these people have received money, if they're employed, even if it is payday, and their emergency need for money, they forget that they've been paid. And the first thing they're thinking about is, who can give me money so that next month, when I'm paid again, I will refund. I think I need to say it as early as now that if you have a borrowing mindset, then you have a direct ticket to the trap of debt. I had this mindset myself, and some of you know where it landed me. It landed me into deep trouble. Before you know it, you'll be borrowing heavily for consumption, and that means your borrowing becomes perennial. You borrow today, you borrow tomorrow, because the kind of things you're borrowing for are recurrent things. Then lastly, we have the group I call the earning mindset, and this is the mindset I want to invite you to embrace. This is a group of people who, when they have a financial need, when they need money, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what can I do to acquire money? What can I do to make money, to create money, to solve this problem? What can I do to attract money to solve this problem? You realize that thinking is a bit different. What can I do to attract money to solve this problem? Now, these people, if they are employed, they will go to work and wait for pay. If they're in business, they will open their shop, trade, and wait for profit. If they are investors, they will take their money, invest, and wait for return. You realize there is wait, wait, wait. In other words, then these are the people who appreciate the value of patience. They know that for money to happen, effort has to be invested. And in return, then we have to be patient and wait for when our effort gets to be rewarded. Now, these people who have an earning mindset might choose to use debt, and I want you to get this difference very clearly, might choose to use debt, but when they go to borrow, their thinking is different. The guys who have a borrowing mindset, when they go to borrow money, they're going to borrow the final thing. I want school fees, and so I'm going to borrow money, and once I'm given the money, that's it. I pay school fees and life continues. But these guys, when they go to borrow, they're going to borrow power to make or attract more money to be able to solve these problems that they have now or in the future. Okay, so when they go to borrow, their mind is different. They're going to borrow a tool to catalyze wealth creation. These other guys go to borrow the final thing. Okay, so I don't know which one is yours, but I bet you've seen yourself somewhere. But let me entice you to embrace an earning mindset, because the other three are problematic mindsets. Many people love them because they are shortcut mindsets. Okay, many people don't want to wait. Many people don't want to be patient. People want things like this. All right, and that's why it is easy to steal. You want money, you don't have the patience to wait until you create the money, you can steal. If you can't steal, then you can easily beg, let other people work and then help you. And then if the door for stealing and the door for begging is closed, very easily such people will find themselves borrowing. Okay, in fact, borrowing looks classy because you're even promising to pay back and pay back with something on top. All right, so those are the 4 money mindsets. I don't know which one is yours, but you can do better.